Hey guys, Brandon here, aka Mr. Brand Owner, and welcome back to a new YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I made $500,000 in just 7 days with our dropshipping e-commerce brand. I'm going to be showing you exactly all the strategies that we went ahead and implemented in order to scale to these numbers in just 7 days. Most people overcomplicate branded dropshipping, but also complicate selling supplements or even beauty brand with subscriptions, because we're currently running a brand with subscription model, which gives us monthly recurring revenue every single month. And this supplement niche brand we started almost over a year ago after losing our beauty brand. You guys have seen a whole story, but we were able to close 2025 with just over $10.5 million in revenue. And I've been in the e-commerce space for over 5 years now, and this is by far the best e-com scaling strategy that's available right now in 2026 that you can go and implement for your own e-commerce brand if it makes sense. My business partner and I are here for the long term, so for today's video, I'm going to be walking you exactly through what we did to get to these numbers in just a short period of time. So if you're still ripping ads on Kalo data or from your competitors and even advertising on Facebook, this video is going to be for you. And guys, revenue is not profit, right? Anyone can show a screenshot of their Shopify dashboard and people can think, oh, okay, they're making money, but I wouldn't be Mr. Brand Owner if I wouldn't show you the numbers, right? Here you guys can exactly see that for 2025, we did $10.6 million in revenue, and we closed it off with a total net profit of $1.7 million. Look, as you guys can see here, around this period of time, we lost our Shopify payments. We ended up losing our monthly recurring revenue, which we've been able to build back right now at the time of this video. We would have closed this well over $2 million in net profit take home. This is after paying the whole team all our business expenses and even paying ourselves a salary. The business kept $1.7 million. So show me an e-com brand that can do the same or even show the exact same numbers. I'll wait and see. And guys, I only just started e-com with just a little less than $1,000 to my name and even lesser tools that are available today. Nonetheless, we're going to get started with the video. I'm going to be breaking down exactly everything for you to eventually start branded dropshipping, or if you're currently doing branded dropshipping, you can go ahead and start implementing a subscription-based model into your own business if it makes sense. So guys, let's get straight into the video. I'm going to first start off with the things that you should not do, right? This is going to be the short-term things. First things first, fashion, Google, or general dropshipping. Guys, there's so much noise in the market, in today's market with e-commerce and starting a brand, starting e-commerce. Most of you guys are doing fashion, Google, or general dropshipping, right? You guys are either selling all these type of jackets or t-shirts or even these dresses to these Karen people and all that type of stuff. Guys, it's not a sustainable business for long term, right? It's good for cash flow, but eventually you're not going to be happy about the type of quality you're selling towards your customers, right? Unless you've went ahead and, got a tailor-made manufacturer that's making all this type of products. But other than that, if most people, they use all the same sourcing companies, the same sourcing suppliers, and they just send out shitty products to your customers. So you don't want to be doing fashion dropshipping. If you're on Google, you're going to eventually have a very long time to get started with Google because it takes such a long process to get your GMC approved. And after it's approved, eventually get rejected and you start again from zero, having to build everything from scratch. And guys, general dropshipping, I don't even want to go ahead and talk about this because you guys are just looking for the most cheapest products to sell towards your customers, and you're not building something long-term or a sustainable brand that you're going to be having in 2 years from now. So look at your situation. If you're currently somewhere and you don't have $0 to $1,000 and you want to get started with e-com, okay, go ahead and try fashion dropshipping, right? But if you already have more than that, guys, you need to then start focusing on the long term and start building something that you really want to be proud of and that's going to be there for the long term. The second most important point, what most of you guys are doing, are constantly ripping creatives from competitors. Guys, you guys are either heading into Facebook ad library, looking up the free shipping term or whatsoever terms you have on Facebook that you can find in each country, and just looking for every single creative that you guys are all ripping from each other, right? If I look up, for example, fashion type clothing, everyone is running this jacket, everyone is selling this shoes or bag. They're all copying from each other. If they don't do it in the Netherlands, they're going to UK or they're going to Australia and they're doing it the exact same way. Eventually the market oversaturates, right? Everyone's just stealing from each other. There's literally no strategy behind it. There's no creative thinking behind it. Still, like I said, very good way to get started if you're at the very beginning, but not long-term sustainable. Second thing is going to be ripping creatives from Kalo data, right? So you're either somewhere that you want to get started with the brand, but then eventually you end up going to Kalo data, looking up, these top supplement brands or the best top 10, top 20 products on Cater Data in the past 30 days, 7 days. And then you end up just seeing like, okay, I can literally just go ahead and rip this brush and then start selling it, right? And then ripping all their creatives and stuff. Guys, you're also going to be super dependent on your competitor, like on what they're doing. If they don't find any winning creatives for you, then what are you going to do? You're going to just sit back and wait for them to eventually launch stuff. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to scale your business. Doesn't really make sense. The last thing what I'm going to say, what most of you guys are doing wrong are chasing one-time buyers, okay? You guys are chasing one-time purchases, customers that come to your store, buy a product from your store, and then never come back, versus people that are selling products online, including me, that have repeat buyers, that have subscriptions on them, and having customers coming back to the store every single month, buying products or even getting monthly payments from those same customers. That's why I'm here to save you guys and show you guys what you should do in order to have a long-term business and even scale your e-commerce brand. So the first points that I went ahead and put for you guys here is, first things first, find a niche where you can build a subscription model, right? Second thing is going to be understanding your customer desires and why they need your product. Third thing is going to be focusing on monthly recurring revenue and repeat buyers. And the last thing is going to be building a real brand. So for this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to build a subscription based e-com brand. Okay. As you guys can see here, a screenshot from the 1st of January up until 31st of December, 2025, we did $10.5 million, right? As you can see here, exactly. Obviously versus the P&L, we also have revenue from other marketplaces. So we ended with Shopify on $10.5 million. And guys, this was all because of monthly recurring revenue. So what most of you guys might know as MRR, we're selling supplements to our customers and they are being billed on a monthly basis and receiving the product on a monthly basis, which doesn't need you to go ahead and always be dependent on finding new customers, right? You're only going to need to optimize your customer journey and making sure that your customers are truly happy in order to keep them longer. And as you guys can see here, our returning customer rate was 42.9% for this exact same revenue. So you can go ahead and do the math. Almost a half of the customers literally stayed on our store throughout the whole year. Okay, so guys, one-time purchase model versus subscription model. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly what's the big difference between the two. And you can actually just comment below, like, which one would you go ahead and choose? Would it be the one-time or the subscription model? So you guys can see. So for a one-time purchase, people, you guys have the mindset that you have to make money on day one. Okay, because you don't want to be losing money every single day because of Facebook. Here are the 4 downsides when you're focusing only just on one-time purchases. First of all, you need a very high ROAS every single day in order to be profitable, right? You have cost of goods that you need to eventually calculate in order to know when is your break-even ROAS and how you have to always stay above that break-even ROAS to be profitable. Second thing is, if you start scaling with Facebook, that means no matter what you do, costs are going to go up. Okay, that's just how Facebook works. So you're always going to need to fight against Facebook somehow and keep on making winning creatives, because otherwise you're going to just be making a loss and not making any money. And the third thing is going to be, if your ROAS drops from, for example, a ROAS 2 to a 1.7, then you're instantly losing money, right? Just of a little small drop in your marketing. The last thing is, you hope as a business owner, as a dropshipper, you hope that your customers are going to come back, but it's not even guaranteed, okay? Because there's so many pillars that go into it in order to get your customer to come back that most of you guys haven't even set up. Here you can see below exactly like how the subscription model actually works and the benefits actually to it. So first of all, we start with the mindset of, okay, acquiring a customer, even at break even or at a small loss, was still going to win over time. Okay. And here you can exactly see that we have the exact opposite versus the one-time purchase people. So first things first, we don't need a high ROAS every single day. Okay. We can have bad days, right? And not be profitable. But because we have people in a subscription model, eventually next month they're going to be billed anyways, right? So we would either become profitable in month 1 or in month 2. So it really doesn't matter if we have bad days with Meta or some ad account issue happens or whatsoever. And we can afford and eventually scale even if the prices go up on Facebook, okay? It's still mandatory to create winning creatives and track your win rate and all that type of stuff. But if the prices go up on Facebook, it really doesn't matter for us. If the ROAS drops from, for example, a 1 to a 0.7, we're still going to make our money back. Okay, that's all thanks to the subscription model because people are billed every single month. And in our case, customers are guaranteed to come back or at least get billed again for our business. So that is how we can eventually predict the growth and scale our e-commerce brand to these type of numbers. So I got a very quick example for you guys of a one-time purchase model versus a subscription model. So here we can see that we have a product price or selling price of $60, which for the one-time purchases is going to only just be one time. And for our subscription model people, it's going to be $60 a month. Cost of goods are exact same. We have two competitors. One just only sells one-time purchase. The other sells subscription. All the costs are the same, 50% gross margin, but we still need to spend on ads. So they both go ahead and spend $1,000 in ad spend, okay? And the focus for both parties are actually different. For the one-time purchases, making sure that the day one ROAS is going to be above break even and making sure that they're profitable, right? Where the subscription model person focuses on lifetime value. How can we get our customers to stay as long as possible and keep paying for whatever they have running with us? And that's only going to work if they're either satisfied or happy with the product or it lives up to their means or whatsoever. So we focus on lifetime value, making sure that the customer journey is as perfect as possible as what we can make and make sure that our customers are truly happy with what they got. In this case, let's just say the person with the one-time purchase model goes ahead and does a 2 ROAS, okay? And in our case, as a subscription guys, we just only have 1 ROAS. The revenue for month 1 is going to be $2,000 from the one-time purchase person. And then we got here the 33 orders, obviously above here, 33 orders times 30. We could do the math. It's going to be $990 of product costs. And then for the subscription person, they went ahead and only spent $1,000 because they were scaling on 1 ROAS. They only got 17 orders or 17 subscribers, you name it. Product cost varies a little bit, but then we got the ad cost, which is the exact same. And here we can see the net result month is one-time purchase person, even though that he did a 2 ROAS, he did $0. He did literally break even. And the subscription person went ahead and did a $510 intentional loss because the customers are going to get billed again anyways, right? Let's just say that we have a 4-month average retention for our customers. Here we can literally see that, okay, for the people that are doing subscriptions, customers are going to be billed $60 per 30 days. So it would have times 17 customers times $60, which means it's going to be $1,000.20. In month 0, we went ahead and did the minus $510 intentional loss, right? In order to acquire these 17 customers. So we went ahead and did that. Okay, so we're at a loss. Month 1, after rebills, this exact amount gets rebilled the month after. We're now, if we then minus out the minus that we had, and now we're in profits, we made $510 on month 1 rebill. And then the rebill happens again because we have a 4-month average retention, okay? Month 2, 510 plus 1,020 makes 1,630, profitable. Month 3, 1,630 plus 1,020, $2,650, profitable. And then month 4, the last month, same exact math, $3,670 profit. And this goes ahead and shows exactly what I've explained in other videos, what compounding effect is, okay? So we went ahead and went in the minus, right? So let's just say these were the numbers. This is like LTV, right? And then here we can see, like, for example, the numbers in terms of like profit or whatever you want to call it, gross revenue. And here we can see, like, we first started down here, okay? We went into minus 510. Let's just say that 360 is all the way up here, 3,670 is all the way up here, okay? So we get 3,670. Mind my drawings, guys. Here you can see, so we get then month 0, we get then month 1, month 2, month 3, and then month 4. And here you can literally see how compounding effect works. Over time, we're making our money back. And that is the exact power of monthly recurring revenue, so MR. We made our money back in the course of 4 months, even though that we just went ahead and invested money on month 0, made a little loss, but then in month 4, we made more money back. And if you have a very good retention, customers stay 6, 7, 8 months, that money will only just go ahead and compound, guys. So that is the exact power of how subscription model or monthly recurring revenue or MR, whatever you want to name it, how it actually works. So here we can also go ahead and see a very good example of an e-commerce brand that is running a subscription model with their product. So we got here TriSource. they are selling sleep bites. So that you can then fall asleep faster and sleep longer. So they're targeting customers, their avatars, people that have a very hard time of sleeping or even staying long asleep the whole night. So they went ahead and created a product which can make them sleep faster, but also sleep longer. So I'm not going to go deep into the product and what it means and all that type of stuff. But here I want to look at their offer, okay, and their bundle. So here you can see they have a subscribe and save versus a one-time purchase product, okay? They have 3 bundles. They got a 1-month delivery, 2-month delivery, and a 3-month delivery. So depending on how many packs you want, you're going to get more discounts. And here you can also see like they're using the scarcity and also the most popular and best value badge in order for customers to be like, okay, you know what? We'll just go ahead and buy the most AOV as possible so that they can continue scaling, right? It makes sense. Let's just say that I go ahead and then want to purchase this 2 month. I'm going to end up paying $64 every 2 months. Okay, so they're going to be earning $64 every 2 months. And the only thing that they need to do is make sure that the product gets shipped out in 2 months to the customer and make sure that the product is good, make sure that the customer is happy, and they're going to continue to fall asleep faster and sleep longer. And here you can see an exact good example of how a subscribe and save offer should look like. If we go ahead and check their one-time purchase, you can see that the prices are higher. And then you can also see like, hey, they're trying to still upsell at least cross-sell. Tap here to subscribe and save up to 20%, right? If you go ahead and click that, it brings you to subscribe and save. So that's how you push your customers to want to go to the subscription offer that you guys have. So this is a very good offer that this guy's got going on here. So heading back to the Figma file, guys. So next thing that I want to talk about is going to be creative volume over quality. So we all know that making creatives for your brand or making creatives for your store is super important, but I want to just touch base on the mistakes everyone are making and what's the real approach of how you're supposed to do this. So most of you guys out there are actually spending weeks on creating the perfect creative. Okay, you guys complicate so many things when it comes down to creating creatives for your brand or for your store, and you know you're not happy with it. You guys always want to keep on fine-tuning it or keep on doing the research but not doing the actual work in order to start pumping out creatives and then getting results to your store. That is the number one big common mistake what I see with you guys. Always spending a lot of time on creating the perfect creative when it's actually not there, okay? And the next problem is going to be testing one ad at a time and then hoping it hits and low daily spend. To summarize this all, you guys do not understand your customers well enough to create the best ads to target them and then so that you can eventually end up scaling. So it all comes down to eventually market research, understanding your customer, their pain points, how to eventually target them with angles with your marketing. Here I've noted down the real approach and the approach that we do in order to scale to these numbers, and that's how we've been able to hit $500,000 in just 7 days. It's always going to be volume and quality. I know there's a lot of debate online about quality over volume or volume over quality. It has to be both. So in our case, we go ahead and we test 30 to 50 creatives per week. If we find winners, in our case, it's just a no-brainer. We just scale it, right? So if we have, for example, our break-even ROAS is at 1.3, depending on the numbers, especially with our monthly recurring revenue, we can go ahead and scale to a 1 ROAS, 0.8 ROAS. We don't care. We just go ahead and scale it if we find winners, and we're going to make that money back over time. And then what you should be doing right now is actually leveraging AI, because right now amount is not an issue anymore. Okay. If you have editors and you're using AI, then there's no excuse not to be having volume created on a weekly basis. Okay. So the amount is no longer the issue thanks to all these tools. And like I said, guys, when I started off with ecom, I did not have AI to go ahead and do this stuff. I had to just use my brain and the online sources that I had in order to eventually build a brand and then scale it back then. But right now it's super easy for you guys. And here you can actually see very good examples of, first of all, static ads that supplement brands or even, these type of brands are using to target their customers and get them through the door. And when I'm talking about also about leveraging AI, like here you can see on the right, this is not our brand or something, but here we can see that this person is leveraging AI to create AI UGC and post it across multiple TikTok accounts in order to create more brand awareness for their brand. So you no longer also need to be dependent on getting UGC content and all that type of stuff. This guy is just mass producing AI UGCs that's literally being spammed every single day to those accounts, getting engagement, getting a following, and then he just needs to go ahead and paste his product link, and then people are going to end up buying over time. So leverage AI, guys. Don't sleep on that. And then again, like I said, I don't want to get too deep into marketing, as we also have the Facebook wizard Rainbow himself. He's also went ahead and created how to scale your e-com brand to 100K months. Facebook strategy is going to be on our YouTube channel. I'm going to link it down below. Make sure to check it out. And we also got here how we built our $1.5 million e-commerce brand from $0 in 90 days. Literally everything is in there, giving you the backstory, giving you exactly what we did, how to get more in depth in terms of like supply chain and the whole setup. It's a 1 hour long video. You're going to be happy that you watched it. So make sure to go check it out. So you guys are probably asking yourselves after all this information, like, what is the best niche for subscriptions right now? So the best subscription products solve recurring problems. Okay, it's that simple, guys. So first thing I want to start here on the left is going to be supplements. Okay, so the problems that supplements solve is dependent really on the product that you want to sell, but you can solve the problem of sleep, energy, focus, gut health, hair, skin, and nails. And the most important thing with supplements is people need to take them daily. Okay, so you sell a pack of these, I don't know what these are gummies. Make sure that you sell them to a customer. They have to take it every single day. It's going to be finished in 30 days because here we can see it's a 30-day supply. 30-day supply, finished in 30 days. That means that they need to buy again, or at least get the product again in order to keep on solving their problem. So that's why they need to take it on a daily basis. The second one is going to be beauty. Okay, and the most two important things when it comes down to beauty are skincare or hair care. Actually, anything what's beauty related, what's needs to be used recurringly, either used daily or weekly, is a very good product to end up selling to your customers, and you can add subscriptions to it. So here you can literally see we have a collagen jelly cream, which I guess probably solves some acne type issue on your face or so. So very good product, because eventually once it's finished, people are going to need it again. And then here we can see for consumables, which is going to be coffee, protein, snacks, pet food. You know, people run out of those type of orders and then they have to reorder the product. So here we can see we have a very good big brand, Mushroom Coffee is what they're selling. So here you can see, you know, once it's finished, you know, people don't want to take coffee anymore. They're scared of jitters and caffeine and all type of stuff. Now they're going to be very reliant on having their space goods, Mushroom Coffee in the house. So they're going to need to buy it again. Here you can see it's actually a very simple framework, especially for me when I choose products, if I want to do subscriptions or whatsoever. If they only need it once, it's not a good fit. Just ask yourself that question. The product that I want to sell, do they only need it once? If the answer is yes, then it's not a good fit. And if someone uses it every day or every week and it even finishes, then it's a good fit for subscriptions. That's a very simple framework I have here. So ask yourself those questions. Either it's a good fit or it's not a good fit. You guys can decide, or otherwise choose different products if you're currently at the phase that you want to get started with something new. So guys, that's going to be it for the YouTube video. That is exactly how we went ahead and scaled our brand to $500,000 in just 7 days. It literally all comes down to MRR, monthly recurring revenue, the subscription-based model that you can go ahead and implement into your e-commerce brand today if it makes sense, if your product is a fit. Okay, so just a quick summary of the stuff that we went through. So first of all, subscriptions brand win because the math works better. I literally just showed you an example of one-time purchase versus subscriptions. Subscriptions is always going to win over time, and creative volume always beats creative quality. And make sure to always test more angles and then eventually find winners faster. And guys, the most important thing is going to be retention. Okay, you want to make sure that customers stay 6 months instead of 3, because that means for you more profit. You know, the way I look at this, like, this is literally the best model that you can go ahead and implement into your business today. Like, I've been running this for the past year. It has literally changed my life as well. And it's the only model I'm going to be using moving forward in my e-commerce journey. It looks easy. It's easy if you truly understand what you're doing, but the economics just make more sense. So yeah, guys, if you found this video valuable, just leave a comment below. Comment literally MRR if you guys literally found this a banger video. And guys, let me know also what niche you guys are looking to get started in. I'll be replying to the first 50 comments after watching this video, if this video is just live. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.